A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twinflame Union. And the title of this particular session is Seeing Beyond the Obvious. And once again, this is connected to your third eye activation. The divine masculine and divine feminine, both of them mirror each other's shadows when the runner-chaser dynamic happens, or the crisis or a testing phase happens. But once the divine feminine learns to surrender, once she realizes that there is something called surrender, there is something called letting go. It's not giving up, it is letting go so that God can take over things. When you surrender, not only you heal, but even the divine masculine counterpart of you will heal. That person will also receive intuitive information, intuitive abilities, and with that intuition, he is going to see things that are beyond the obvious things, which is the materialistic things. What you see and hear from your five senses. Why did God give us five senses? God gave us the five senses so that we could bodily do things. Like if you have to walk on the street, you use your two eyes. If you want to talk to someone, you use your mouth. You want to discuss something, you listen from your ears, right? These are all the basics of the five senses. Touch is supposed to protect you from heat or excessive cold. Otherwise, you'll touch fire, or you'll put your hand in fire and you'll not react and you'll burn yourself. So there is a use of the five senses. The five senses are very bodily limited. The problem happens when people become too bodily and they totally forget about the soul. They don't care about the soul at all. They just think about the materialistic reality, anything which is connected to your bodily lifestyle. The divine masculine thinks that the divine feminine is a poor decision maker. She is always confused. But this is also being mirrored by him, because he even cannot make any decisions of his own. He takes help from his family members, he takes help from his friends, he will ask many people. Most of the times he will ask the wrong people, he will not ask the right people. Otherwise the right people will uplift him and they will stop him from making stupid decisions or hasty decisions. Right? The divine masculine wants to end everything. He wants to run away from everything because he cannot see things which are beyond the obvious. He sees a certain image of the divine feminine, which is the bodily image, which is the identity of hers. And in that identity, he sees certain flaws, which he goes and discusses with other people. And most of the times turns out to be the feminine energy in his life. Mother, sister, best friend, whosoever. And after he shares it with them, they simply tell him that this is not worth your time. Because whatever you're telling me or whatever you see, you perceive, this doesn't seem like she's going to be a good partner for you, or a good life partner, or even a good, if not marriage, then even as a girlfriend, she may not be a good person to be with. So why you want to waste your time on somebody who is not going to understand you at all, or who is not compatible with you at all? If he has a fight with the divine feminine, fights are very normal in all relationships, but he will get very bogged down with those fights and he will think many things about that incident or any words that are exchanged. When you have not activated your third eye, you will be very, very, very stuck with the words. The words people say from their mouth, you don't think about the intentions at all. The intentions come from your solar plexus, but you should understand that your intentions are connected to your third eye. Right? That's how you make correct intentions. If your solar plexus, so you don't feel confident at all, right? or you feel confident about certain things, that this will happen, that will happen, that will happen. But nobody, like especially people who are in separation and they are stuck in separation, they are not confident about their own true love. Like they don't believe or they don't think that if I love a person for really, unconditionally I love this person without any bodily demands or needs, or you should do this for me or that for me, I love this person. But this person does not love me back. He is with someone else or he is happy doing other things. These type of things are told to you by the materialistic world, the societal programming, things that you see from your two eyes. But if you start surrendering, it will actually help you to build up your intuition. Now, obviously, I know that different people are at different stages in this journey. Somebody is in the final stages, somebody is in the beginning stages. But most people start doing research work after the runner-chaser dynamic or during the runner-chaser dynamic, because every time they get into a separation, they feel that it will never work out. So one of the things that you can learn from your own twin flame journey is that there was a time when you hadn't even met your twin flame. You didn't even know if there was someone who was so similar to you and yet completely opposite of you. How is this possible that one person, has so many similarities and then so many differences? The qualities that are opposite because of the natural differences. Like if you're a man or if you're a woman, you'll do certain things. But the similarities are uncanny. Like both of them would do, and you would know that better. Like everybody would know that better in their own case. But these things will also come to you when your surrendering process is good and when your intuition is better. Then you will connect with your divine masculine and the vice versa, like DM to DF and DF to DM, in such a way that even if he doesn't tell you on your face, like I love you, I want to do this, I want to do that, you would just go back in those places or those times when you knew that he was genuinely telling you that he loves you, and he genuinely loves you. Whether he was telling it or not, you don't need to know. And remember one thing, this is something that really good teachers of law of attraction also tell to their students or those they coach, that until and unless you don't know how to feel or you don't change your feeling, you cannot change your situation. You need to change your feelings first, or you need to feel that someone loves you or someone is there for you or someone will treat you better. Because even if from your mouth you could be saying 100 things, like a lot of people make affirmations in law of attraction, and then they have, like I also help a lot of people with these things, but I haven't made a separate channel yet because certain things about law of attraction, I think a lot of people have misunderstood. Nevertheless, that's not the thing right now, but people ask this question, that I've been making affirmations every day. Every day I write down 500 times, 300 times, whatever. I wake up in the morning, I start writing it down that, my twin flame loves me, my twin flame is back with me, my twin flame is loyal to me, whatever different things you want from them. And whether or not you are writing it, it doesn't matter. But you're feeling it or not is more important. So I can write something 100 times, 200 times, but if I don't feel it, it's just waste of my energy and my hard work and my effort, all the time that goes into writing. Even when you make prayers to universe, you want to take the name of that person, that dear God, so and so should come back to me. Why? Because many times your feelings and your words and your actions, they are not in tandem with each other, and that's the reason why so many people are miserable on earth in general. And of course, twin flamers are on the ascension journey. So for them, misery has a completely new definition. Misery, they know misery really well. And it's not like divine masculine doesn't know. A person who's addicted to so many things, maybe it's porn, or maybe it's just gaming, or maybe it's just getting from one relationship to another, or eating something, or drinking alcohol, or being on chemicals, doing drugs, or doing anything like this. Anybody who's too much into any addiction, you have to understand that that person is in pain. because all the things that they do, they're trying to escape from the pain. It's one thing, to smoke one cigarette in a day. It's one thing to do something, where you have this thing in your mind that, okay, I have my work to do. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to go here, and I have to go there. And then there's also one more thing, that the food you eat and the things you consume, they have a lot to do with how your mental state also is. Like Buddha has spoken about eating meat. What did he speak about eating meat? That can confuse people, or some people say, there's some confusion here. Buddha said to people that never kill anyone to eat meat. He said that, never kill any animal, bird or anything to eat meat. And this he used to speak to his monks or his disciples who used to come to him. But he would say that, oh monks, if you go to the woods, don't pluck a flower, don't pluck a fruit, don't kill a deer. But if it's lying down on its own, dead, then bring it and we can eat it. He was being something that, with his own life cycle, something has died, or due to old age, or due to maybe some other animal got, attacked that animal, or XYZ. He said the same thing for fruits also. But that lifestyle is for the monks, because the monks live a separate life and the householders live a separate life. Householders are people like you and me who are on the twin flame journey. We don't have to renounce anything. We don't have to leave everything and go to the jungles. Some of us have done that also, because, we were confused, we wanted answers, so we went to a retreat, or we went for a hippie life. We thought, let's live a hippie life for some time. Let's live a minimalistic lifestyle, or an easy lifestyle, or a this lifestyle, or a that lifestyle. Why? Because you want to know what is the truth. Is there any happiness over there or not? Why do those people look very happy? Both the divine masculine and the divine feminine have been seeing the world or living their lives through the glasses or through the social construct of what they have around them. Those who start ascending, they start seeing things differently. Now, say the divine masculine meets the divine feminine, and she says that, oh, I buy things only from the thrift store, or I don't eat this, or I don't eat that, or I do this, or I do that. And then he goes like, oh, this is really stupid. She's either very poor, or she's strange, or whatever, or, her ideologies don't match with me. We are not compatible. But when he starts ascending, then he realizes that I need to accept her the way she is. If she wants to eat certain things, let her eat. Or if she wants to dress up in a certain way, let her do that. Or if she has a mission in life, I'm not going to become a roadblock in her life and tell her, hey, you don't do this, because I love you and I want to marry you. You just sit at home and just forget about your mission and this and that, all this jazz. And she's like, dude, I did everything first. At first it was for you, but then I got into it and I learned so many things and I realized that this is what makes me happy. Now I have to do it. I can't stop doing it. Then again a conflict will happen, and these things also come up in the harmonization phase, because when both are harmonizing, they'll fight with each other again, they'll crib, they'll do whatever, they'll get negative, but they'll also snap out of it very faster. Harmonization doesn't mean they'll stop fighting or they'll stop having differences, or they'll completely be like, yeah, everything is fine. Because during harmonization phase, the divine feminine also puts a lot of conditions in front of him, because she also has to be 100% sure that this is the person, he's come back to me or whatever it is. And I've been so happy without him. I was radiating after surrender. I was glowing after surrender. I have everything I need. My finances are sorted. My sacral chakra is healed. I am so confident. I don't need other people to make me happy. And then he comes back again to me and then he starts saying, this thing or that thing. And he, on the other hand, is thinking that, I went through all this pain and confusion and trauma living without her and things like that. And now when I've started learning, she doesn't want to give up on anything. She's like, no, this is who I am, and I'm not gonna change myself for a person who kept running away and was not there for such a long time. Now what do you think I should do? I should just start jumping in front of you, or what? Sometimes she says that, but not always, Whatever it is now, they don't get affected by each other's fights. That's important thing. But this type of ability will only come when your third eye is activated, your pineal gland is clear, because you will stop doing what other people, the whole world is doing, the madness that people are into. Anything that is a bodily gratification or anything that is a mental gratification, it is an addiction. Okay? People talk a lot about drug addiction or this addiction or alcohol addiction, but there are many other mental addictions also that people have, like gossiping. Some people know that gossiping is wrong, or talking badly behind other people's back is wrong, or making other people fight, creating misunderstandings, and then, enjoying the whole show is bad. They know it. They feel it, like the guilt or the shame. But that addiction of gossiping or, from here to there, like a BBC network, spreading things around, that is wrong, but they really enjoy it because that somehow makes them feel they are in control, or they are better off than others, or that they look, I can manipulate so many people, look, I can control, they're all like puppets in front of me. So this is also an addiction. Some people drink tea like 20 times in a day. And then they say, I don't smoke, I don't drink alcohol, I don't do anything bad, but I have big problem of gastritis and I have big digestion problems and I cannot sleep in time because of obviously you keep drinking tea the whole day. How can you sleep? Or some people have coffee addiction, and coffee is a very dangerous chemical for the mind because, it shoots your blood pressure really up, and then once the effect is gone, you feel very low. Then again, you'll drink 1 cup of coffee, you'll feel like a rocket. You will go, into the sky, and then you'll be so down. And this is the same thing that cocaine does to people. When they consume it, they feel very confident, very happy, very this, very much in control, very this, like smooth. And after some time when the effect goes down, they are feeling like horrible. They have the worst downers at that time. Those who are addicted to these things, they know about the downer, they know about feeling happy or feeling, confident and things like that. But overall, these are all mental addictions. Whether you consume a chemical, whether you eat something like, anything that is done excessively is an addiction. So the divine masculines also learn about these things. They understand via their intuitive gifts or via this feeling, that emotional intuition that they get, they derive, they realize that I am doing this because I am trying to hide my pain, or I am trying to run away from my pain. But what has it given me? Nothing. Now, what does Source does for the divine feminine? There are a lot of lessons that the DM and the DF learn on the twin flame journey. And all of those people, very rightly, they are, absolutely okay if they get angry in the journey, if they get upset in the journey. Because later on, they will find the real thing. If it's a genuine journey for them, if they're actually into it. Now, Lord Shri Krishna had also said to Uddhava was a close person for him. And Uddhava was also the person who tried to rationalize the love between Radha and Krishna. He tried to tell him that, it doesn't seem logical, it doesn't seem practical, what you feel for her. So he had sent him to meet Radha, and he had sent the same person to go to where they live with all the gopis and everyone, to see if the love that he feels for Radha or the love that she feels for him, what is the reality of that love. And when he went over there to see them both, he saw that at the bank of the river, it's called Ghat in Hindi, at the bank of the river, Radha was sitting with Krishna himself. And he was extremely shocked because Krishna was in the palace with him some time back. And there he is sitting with Radha. So was he having some hallucination, or what was it? That type of love he saw, and he learned. In fact, later on, he also became like all of them, like Radha and the gopis. So God can come in different avatars and different forms But the message is that all the people who fix their total consciousness on God, on universe, and they give up all materialistic desires, they will be the one who will receive the actual genuine happiness. And when the Divine Feminine, during the surrender stage, she gets that type of happiness, she gets that type of peace, success, and it will obviously happen after she has given up on everything. And then the most important thing that she needs to give up on is romantic love. When she lets go of the Divine Masculine, after she had tried everything possibly she could do, she did that. And when she finally walks away from him thinking that, this is not something that can be worked out by taking care of the external things, like I can go on convincing the DM, I can go on trying to call him, I can go whatever, I can send flowers and I can do this or that. But he's not going to listen to me because he's not listening to me, and that has to do something with me. The reason why this journey is so important is because it is universe's way of telling you that all the things that humans are doing, whether they live like a machine, like a robot, or they live like an animal, all of these things you can do in all other lives, all other forms also. Why then this human body is so important for you? Like you can eat, you can drink, you can, like I said, the five senses, the sensory perceptions, having sex. Like so many people are having sex and they are reproducing children, and they are doing it with someone they don't even love. It's because it's a social construct. And then they're also possessive for that person, they're also jealous, with this person. If you actually genuinely ask them, like, do you love this person? And this is the reason why many people, when they're on the ascension journey, their old relationships end at times. Or the dynamic they have with the people who were close to them changes. It's not that the Divine Feminines were not street smart before meeting the DM or before getting into separation. They were. But they had left it, everything they had left. And that's when you will meet the twin flame. When you have no such need or desire. But then it is the strongest desire because it's a desire to get loved. Maximum people on this planet, they are doing things because they want to be loved. And why do you want to be loved? Why do you want something? You always want something when you don't have it. So this third eye activation is going to connect you to the soul aspect of you. And obviously for the masculines, the upper chakras were blocked. Have been, normally this is what they say, but it's not entirely true. It's not like they're fully blocked, or it's not like feminines lower three chakras are fully working and things like that. No, they work in certain aspects and they don't work in certain aspects. So in order to get them functioning, it's just that one person has a stronger suit before the proper ascension takes over. That's the only difference. So on this note, I'm going to be closing this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. Indeed, this is one of the best lessons that you can get in this journey. And for personal readings, guidance and dream interpretation, counseling, hand-holding and therapies, please go through the description box first. And once you have gone through it and you've read it, you know what is the content like, then only please write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. And I also need to say this because a lot of people, without me asking them, they share the whole twin flame story with me. During the readings, I don't need the story because it's best if I don't know anything and then I start doing the reading. And in case of therapies, in case of hand-holding and counseling sessions or other such sessions, or sessions where you go through a huge transformation, that's the time when I need not only your twin flame story, but also other things that you've experienced in your life. So on that note, I will say bye to you for this particular session. I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out, and keep doing the great work.